Assalamu alaikum viewers, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be making Pizza Hut's chocolate dunkers. If you haven't had it, or for those of you who don't know what this is, it's a dessert that's served in Pizza Hut, and it's really scrumptious. It's made out of chocolate. It's actually breadsticks coated with chocolate, melted chocolate. My kids, they really love this, and I'm making this today for them. So I wanted to share this recipe with you, and it's a very easy recipe. Let's get started. We're gonna be taking 3 different kinds of chocolates. So this is Hershey's milk chocolate chips. This is milk chocolate, and this is the same chocolate chips that they sell in the bags. You can find it in the baking aisle. So I have broken these into small pieces. They were already very small morsels, but I have further chopped them up to make it even smaller, so it's easier when we put it in the oven and it melts easily. I'm taking the milk chocolate half cup, and this is semi-sweet chocolate chips. So this is milk chocolate and this is semi-sweet chocolate, and these were already minis. So I didn't need to further break this into smaller pieces. This is already very small. So if you can see, it's a very small size morsels. This is also half cup, and we're taking Hershey's white chocolate chip, and these are quarter cups, and I have also broken this into smaller pieces. You can do this with the help of a knife, or you can put it in a food processor. Just do it for 1 or 2 seconds, and it's going to be ground into a very nice small pieces. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, this is what it looks like. This is from Hershey's. You can get any brand you want. So because we're making Hershey's chocolate dunkers, the one that Pizza Hut sells, so I decided to buy Hershey's brand. This is Hershey's semi-sweet chocolate chip. This is what it looks like, and these are minis. The white chocolate ones look like these. This is what they look like from inside. And the same thing with the milk chocolate. They also come in a silver packing. We have half a cup of milk chocolate, half a cup of semi-sweet chocolate, and quarter cup of white chocolate. Next, I'm gonna be using a dough. I have already made this dough, and I have shown you the recipe for this. This was the same dough that we had used in our chicken bread. If you haven't watched that video, I'll put a link in the description box below for you to check it out. This way you know how exactly we made this dough. But just to revive everybody's memory, I'll tell you what I used. I used 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and to that I've added 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of oil, 1 egg, and 1 teaspoon of yeast. I kneaded this in the mixer, and I had used half a cup of milk, and I also used water as required. We made this into a dough, and then we let it rise. I had put it in a warm place to rise. I let this rest for 1 to 1.5 hours, and after that I have got this dough which has doubled up in size. So I'm just gonna start by giving this a punch, and you see it went down. So we're ready to use this dough, and like I told you, this is a very simple recipe. There's not a lot of steps required. Our dough is ready. We have the chocolate chips. Also, lastly, the thing that we need to dip these dunkers into is Hershey's chocolate syrup. So we need Hershey's chocolate syrup also for this recipe. Now I'm starting to roll this dough. I'm going to put this in my baking pan. I have taken a baking pan which is a non-stick one, and if you are using something which is non-stick, you should spray it or grease it with some oil. So I'm just gonna start by putting this in my baking pan. This is my baking pan right here. While I'm working with the dough, I have already started the oven. It's preheating at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's warming over there. I'm gonna spread it out using my fingers, and we're just gonna line this up, and after that we'll just put it in the oven to bake. That's all. So there guys, my dough is evenly spread out in this baking pan. I'm going to put this in the oven and let it bake. Let me show you. So it's going to bake in the oven for about 25 minutes, I would say, on 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'll see you then. So it has been 20 minutes now, and after 20 minutes I have taken out the dough from the oven, and as you can see, there are some cuts that I have made on top, and I was supposed to make these cuts before we put it in the oven, but I made it as soon as I realized that I hadn't made these cuts. So what I did was I just took a knife and made some lines like this and divided it from the middle, so we have sticks or strips. Now our dough is ready. The breadsticks, it's breadsticks right now. This is ready. For us to convert these into chocolate dunkers, all we have to do is just sprinkle these chocolate pieces that we had broken down further into smaller pieces. We will just sprinkle these on top of our breadsticks like this. And this is still hot. Now I'm gonna do the semi-sweet chocolate. And lastly, I'm gonna take the white chocolate, just sprinkle it lightly on top like this. And that's it, this is done. Now I'm gonna put it back in the oven, and I'm gonna set my oven to broil, and I'll broil this for 2 minutes. So after broiling it for 2 minutes, this is what the chocolate dunkers look like. They're ready. Now I have put some more white chocolate and some more semi-sweet chocolate on top of it just for garnishing, and also I'm gonna put in I'll sprinkle some chocolate sauce so that it becomes nice and moist. So our chocolate dunkers are ready, and I'm gonna be serving this with the Hershey's syrup on the side. Let me just break one piece and tell you what it tastes like. So this is what each piece is gonna look like, and to enjoy this you would have to dip it into the syrup like this. It tastes really good. It is very chocolatey, and I'm sure people who love chocolate are gonna be very happy with this recipe. So if you're a chocolate lover, do try out this recipe. Let me know your feedback. It's super rich, it's really delicious. I'm gonna enjoy my chocolate dunkers. I'll see you tomorrow, guys, inshallah, with another exciting recipe. Allah Hafiz, everyone.